Hi everybody, this is Zan Darkness back with another YouTube video for Yu-Gi-Oh! This one is going to be for as you can see, the upcoming profile for the new Adignister profile. New cards coming out in the set Lightning Overdrive coming out at the beginning of June. And with it, I feel like this deck gets a massive power boost in the form of their spell card known as When I First Met You, and their Link 1 monster known as Dark Infant Adignister. Both those cards, we don't know what rarities they are yet. We don't know exactly what their TCG names are. However, I have the cards in OCG, so I can show you how some of the new combos are, especially with one card, such as like this one, Achichi. For any of you who aren't familiar with the deck, I will step through the combo as I go. But a single Achichi can set up a really decent first turn board, especially if you have 0 eruptions to go against. So, when you normal summon Achichi, you use the effect searching in your deck for a level 4 lower Adignister. So you search out the Picari Adignister. Then you link summon it for the new monster, Link 1 Dark Infant Adignister. I know it's Japanese, so I'll translate. 1 non-link Adignister monster. If this card is link summoned, you can add 1 Ignister Island, the field spell, from your deck to your hand. And if a monster with 2300 original attack activates this effect as a quick effect, you can move it over to the next zone of points 2 and turn its attribute into anything you want. So first we're going to link summon it, use the effect to search out the field spell. So we grab our Ignister Island. Then we're going to activate the Ignister Island field spell. We'll play that right over here, so you know it's here. Island's effect will activate. If you have no monsters in your main monster zone, you can summon a level 4 or lower Adignister, but for the rest of the turn, you can only summon Cyrus monsters. Also, you can't summon the same attribute monster with the effect of Ignister Island. So Ignister Island will summon the light attribute Picari, allowing us to search out the new spell card When I First Met You. When this card, what this card is when you activate this card, you reveal a monster with 2300 original attack, a Cybers, in your hand or extra deck, and you add a corresponding Adignister with the same attribute from your deck to your hand. And if you don't special summon the monster, by the end of the turn, you take 2300 damage. So if, let's say you reveal Dark Templar to search out Doyon, if you don't summon Dark Templar, you take 2300. Also, after you activate this card, after it resolves, you cannot activate monster effects except for Cybers type monsters. So we're going to add this to our hand. Then we're going to link these two up. For the Cybers Wicked, we're going to activate our When I First Met You, which will allow us to reveal our Dark Templar Adignister, searching our deck for our Doyon Adignister. Ignister Island's effect will activate again because our main monster zone is clear. Special summon the Doyon Adignister to the zone that Wicked points to. We're going to activate Wicked as Chainlink 1, banishing your first infant as cost. And you're going to activate Doyon Chainlink 2, targeting your Achichi in your graveyard, add back to your hand. So you add this to your hand, and then with Wicked you'll be able to add a Cyrus Tuner for your deck to your hand, which boo-roo-roo. Then we're going to link summon again. Splash Page. And once you use Doyon for a link summon of a Cybers monster, you can target 1 Ice Spell or Trap card in your graveyard, add back to your hand. So you can add back When I First Met You. Then you're going to use Ignister Island's effect again. Special summon the Boo-Roo-Roo Adignister, which will use the effect to send an Adignister from your deck to the graveyard. We're going to send Danmari, the new level 5 or level 6 monster, which, if it's in your hand and you control an Adignister, and it's basically when an attack is declared involving an Adignister monster, you can summon this from your hand and negate the attack. So it's very good for getting over cards like Linda. If you just summon a normal Adignister, just attack it, you can summon Danmari, negate that attack, then pass over the window and keep going your plays. And if it's in the graveyard or in the field, quick effect, if you control a Link 6 monster, you can banish it and negate a card your opponent controls that's face up to the end of the turn. So it's like Hot Red Dragon Abyss Archfiend. So then you use Splash Page's effect to bring back said Danmari. Then you're going to link 3 to our Dark Templar. We're going to then use the Island's effect again, summon the Achichi. Achichi can't activate effect again because it's a hard once per turn. So we're going to link this off for the second Dark Infant. Then you're going to activate Dark Templar as Chain Link 1 because a monster was special summoned to the zone it points to. You can summon as many level 4 or lower Ignister monsters to the zones it points to in defense mode with their effects negated. And then because we're activating Dark Templar, we can chain our Dark Infant, but because it's worded just like Thunder Dragon Titan, where if your opponent activates a card like in response to your hand Thunder effect, you can't activate Titan. Same ruling where if you activate Templar and they chain something, you can't activate Infant unless that next chain is a Cyberse monster 2300 original attack. So your idea is to make sure this goes off after you use Templar, which will that let you move over. We'll turn him into a, for heaven's sake, a divine attribute for whatever. But then we're going to also use Templar's effect because now all three of the zones are freed up. We can summon out our Achichi, our Bururu, and our Pikari. Then we're going to Synchro Summon. Or Cyberse Quantum Dragon. I recommend placing him in defense mode because Lightning Storm is a card. Bururu's effect will now activate because you Synchro Summon for a Cyberse monster. You can target the other monster used for the Synchro Summon and Special Summon it. Then you're going to link Achichi, Pikari, the Divine Attribute Infant, and your Dark Attribute Templar as Link 6 for your Arrival Cyberse Ignister with 4000 attack. You also have this card in your hand along with your other 4 cards that you started off with. And you also have a Damari to banish whenever on your opponent's turn to negate one of their cards. And as backup, while you have Cyberse Quantum Dragon and Arrival, your opponent can't target any monsters you control except for this one. Also, they can't target any monsters you control for attacks except for this one. So they have to go through Quantum, and Quantum has its nice effect where at the start of the damage step, if it battles an opponent's monster, you can return that to the start extra deck or hand or wherever it came from, basically, and just, you know, let it attack again. But as a defense mechanism, it's very good. And that's all off of just one Achichi. The combo is still the same if you open the Pikari as well, because Pikari will just get you to When I First Met You, and When I First Met You will reveal Fire Phoenix, or if we ever decide to get it, Deco Talker Heat Soul. And you could search out your Achichi, which then gets you your Doyon, which, hello, there's your whole combo. So that's all off the one card. There are a few other combos that this deck can go through that can definitely guarantee you to OTK, where if you don't like playing the Arrival build and you like playing, let's say, something like Mech Knight Crusadia Avermax, you can go into that using that same combo by, instead of going into the Arrival, you overlay, well, first off, you don't bring back Achichi off of Templar's effect, you bring back your Doyon off of Templar's effect. Then you overlay your Doyon and your Pikari for Light Dragon Ignister, and then you link your Infant and your Templar off for Crusadia Avermax, which then creates an attack lock where your opponent can attack you unless it's for a direct attack, and your opponent can't target cards except for Cyberse Quantum Dragon, which regardless is still pretty good if you're going first. So a lot of other combos are very intricate, but there's some other combos that include Parallel Exceed, where if you're trying to go for an OTK, and let's say they happen to Nibiru you somewhere midway through your combo, like let's say that's your Nibiru token. It hit you, they Nibiru'd you, you're midway through, and you saw your Parallel Exceed in your hand. You just link that off for your Link Spider. Parallel now triggers, special summon it. Special summoning your other copy of Parallel Exceed. They're both level 4, so they're level 2 or higher Cyberse monsters. You can go into your update chamber. From there, your Transcode Talker, which can bring back your update chamber, which can link again to your Big Bag Access Code Talker. And at that point, Access Code Talker is plus 3000 attack, so he's 5300, can attack twice, and you have 2 different attributes in your graveyard to banish. 3 or more if you've used them throughout your combo. Let's say you've used Splash Mage, Dark Infant, you've got more attributes the more you use. So that's the initial Ignister combos. There's some initial ones and a nice spicy one. There's also another combo I want to go over. That's the Island plus Silent Mining combo. So this combo allows you actually to draw 3 cards, which is very, very useful, especially if you are in a tight predicament and for some reason you just, I don't know, you just want to draw 3 cards. It's definitely good. So your initial start off is Silent Mining and Ignister Island. First off, you're going to activate Mining, discarding Island, search your deck for the Picari at Ignister. Then you're going to normal summon Picari, which will then search out your Eye Contact. And you're going to link summon off this into your Infant, which will search you out your other copy of Ignister Island. Then you're going to activate Ignister Island's Graveyard effect. By banishing the Picari, you can set it to your side of the field. And then by activating it, you can activate Eye Contact, reveal your Island, put it back, draw 1, 2, 3, and look at that, we just drew God. So that's some cool intricate combos you can definitely pull off of this deck, especially if you're in a tight predicament. That combo still goes with Achi-Chi, or if you want to search out Achi-Chi instead as well. All you have to do is just search out Picari. Picari will search out your Eye Contact. You can continue your combo through there. If you have Doyen in your hand, that's even better. Yeah, there's not really much I can go over more in combos. The deck is very linear and has a lot of different combos and different ways for your to play around the opponent's interruptions, depending on what they may or may not have. Depending on how you want your deck built. Mine's a go first version, so I'm running Trap like IQ, which stuns a lot of heavier decks like Dragon Link from going off. It stuns Prankis from going off. It definitely hurts a lot of meta. Ash stuns. Nibiru is great because Arrival is unaffected by all other card effects, so you can tribute everything except for Arrival and still have your negate in the graveyard if you need to. Triple Tactics Talent is an amazing card for trying to OTK. If you get, let's say, Ash or something and you're trying to OTK them and you know you can play through whatever they've got, you can use TTT to peek in their hand, like grab away into Nibiru if you don't have a parallel, or to take something that they don't need, or just basically put the duel in your favor. What else? Forbidden Droplets. I will always play this card. This card is bae. This card is so good. It's just, you know, droplets. Ash is necessary. When Eyes. Gachiri. Amazing card if you use Update Jammer, and that to make Access Kotaker becomes a double attacking unaffected 4300 attacker. Very nice. And yeah, that's it. Just a basic eye deck. I'll post an entire profile eventually. I want to get the TCG cards before I do so, and I want events to come back, but for the meantime, this is what I hope our deck will look like when it comes out in June. But until then, this is another crazy just deck tutorial. Peace out.